This space exists without a plan. It's the first, well, almost complete space. Um, yeah. I don't think any of them are 100% complete yet, but this is close to it. Being in that there's no more construction that needs to be done. There's one addition though, a couple of additions. Well, one thing is currently I'm adding this cover out here because I want to replace this door. So cover here, and I can sit here in the shade and enjoy the the life. Right. This is dope. This rock is the rock that that this whole entire building sits on. This is the top of the mountain, right? So we built a bed on top of the mountain. So sleeping here or being here is like being on top of a mountain, and I'm surrounded by glass and tile. So it's like, how much better could it be, you know? And for something that was came into existence without any plan or any precognition, right? Now, how did this place come about? Before, okay, this is under the building, under the house. And before, it stopped right here. Like, this is where it stopped. Like, this is a column. And over here, there were no columns. But I had a balcony. So you see this balcony? It was a hanging balcony. But it started to kind of dip, right? So there were no columns here. This column is new. That one's new. All of them going all the way down are new. And it was, they added to support the balcony. And once I added the columns, I was like, oh man, now there's a lot of space. I can use this space. Because before, all I was working with is just this space. So I was like, not much going on. But once you add extra space, I was like, oh, we can make a place. I can make a living area. So we started doing it in freestyle, no plan, and then you have the bed over here. And then there's a little bathroom for, especially at night. Use the bathroom. The original suggestion for this space, a couple people suggested a jacuzzi, and that makes sense because it's nice for a jacuzzi. However, my experience of having a jacuzzi is you only use it like once every 6 months. It's not something that's used a lot, so it doesn't make sense, At least not right here. The bathroom makes a lot of sense because there is a bathroom, balcony, amazing. This bathroom, this is the bath. Right? The big mirror, the rock that the house sits on. This is a sauna area. You get the little sauna. They sell them on Amazon. You put it over there and it just keeps this area warm. And I guess I could have like a screen that goes across to keep it closed. But, one day in the flow, right? And so, you have shower and, really nice bathroom, man. And again, all this came into being just freestyle. And then the kitchen is like amazing. The kitchen is amazing. So this is the rock, same rock. And this is a great kitchen. The mirrors. So this place now, this as a living area, has everything you need, except for one thing, which is what I'm adding right now, is to wash clothes washing. So right now, when I want to wash clothes, I got to go upstairs. And it's a whole different vibe up there. It's a whole different type of flow. Like, for as nice as the place is here, I should be able to stay here and not leave if I don't want to. Which means if I want to wash clothes, I can do it right here. This is what's being added right now, is a washroom right here. This whole side, this little section is just a washroom for washing clothes. And I'm going to duplicate it all the way up. So this first floor has one. The second floor, the washroom is going to be in the same place. The third floor, the washroom is going to be in the same place. And on the fourth floor, at the very, very top, I have an idea to put like a area where you could lounge, either lie down or sit down. I'm not sure if it's going to be a bed, depends on the size. But if it's a bed or a nice couch where you sit down and then you're seeing all the nature, and then behind me is all mirrors. So it's like you sit in there and you're surrounded by nature because the mirrors are going to reflect. So it's a cool idea, and we'll see, a year from now, because these guys who are doing this right here, as far as my experience, they're slow. They'll take a long time to get all this done, which is fine. These are Scotch bonnet, and and I get them from where I cook in the kitchen, right? Where I cook in the kitchen, and I throw the seeds out the window. Sure. So I just, I was making this video about this place, and I noticed that, oh, I need to get these out of right there. So the kitchen is there, and I throw the seeds out the window into that little spot, and then it always grows these Scotch bonnet. And I take them out and take them to the farm and plant them on the farm. So from doing this, I'm gonna have a really big bed of Scotch bonnet, and it'll take about 6 months to get that many that way, which is the best way to get it in my opinion, because it's from the seeds that I threw with my hands from cooking. So it's like, it starts when I cut the pepper. I've been supposed to plant these from days ago, but it's been raining. So, usually if I plant this, I'll do it in the evening. So they'll have the whole entire night of, to get used to its surroundings before the next day comes. But because it's been raining so much, and in the evening time, even if it's not raining in the evening, I forget and I don't get it done. So they're strong, they look strong, and I figure plant them now. They'll get some sun, and most likely it'll rain again, so it's okay. So this is what I did yesterday. I cleaned out all this. All right, so there's cabbage, and in there's cabbage, but you can't see them. So I'm gonna go ahead and weed them out so you can see them. And then at the same time, I plant these. So here's one that I have right here. Plant them and put the rocks around their roots. That's the formula. Scotch bonnet. So here's another one. So they're all through here. So the idea is, by gathering these continuously from there, eventually, let's say in about a year, this whole entire bed will have a lot of Scotch bonnet. And when it's time, I can come down here and just pick bags of Scotch bonnet, put them on the app, and ideally someone comes and picks them up, right? Now, if we have to deliver them, fine. I don't like the idea of delivering stuff, because when I have to deliver it, right, or when I'm responsible for delivery, that means something can happen to it on the way, and then I'm still responsible. All right, so there's a big difference between, oh, pay me to deliver it, or you can pick it up. You can pick it up, priceless. Priceless. You can pick it up is priceless. Oh, you can pick it up? In fact, I'll give you a discount. Hey, man, that's a good idea. Because I really don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you a discount if you can pick it up. Nice. So there it is. And then I have my rocks over here. So, around 4 rocks. And that'll keep it, the rock keep it alive, It's like company, it's like a home for the roots. It's like a roof. All right, I'll explain. The rocks serve as insulation for the inside. It keeps the soil under the rocks wet. And it's like a roof. If you're the roots, it's like having a ceiling. That's the rocks. Does a lot, man. It's like very hard for the Scotch bonnet to die when there's rocks there. So I want to give a shout out to Google and YouTube for keeping me alive as far as publishing videos. Because straight up, man, I'm like an artist, you know. You ain't gonna pay for my show. You like, you know, fuck you, fuck you, nigga. Pay me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no show, and I'll give way more value than you paying me for it, nigga. Duh, what? Somebody slipped up, man. Or, you know what? And you know what I came up with though? Because I was thinking, man, suddenly my shit started working. Like, you know, it's easy to hate on me, though, right? It's easy for me to think another human being is hating on me. So when my channel doesn't blow up or start doing well after a couple of years, and then 3 years, I'm like, oh, damn. You know, this must be hate. Like, come on, man. Who's making these decisions? You know, but hey, guess what now? Guess what now? I think my channel is doing well because AI is now making the decisions as far as what channel is worthwhile to promote. So when you take in my mind, there was, of course, there was no AI before. Yeah, there's algorithms and there's things, but there's still, like, when it comes to paying money, right? Usually, if there's no AI making the decision, a human being has to look at it and say, yeah, send this one through. Advertisers, that's what I'm thinking. Why my shit never got picked. Man, I can't be doing this. I need to stop talking, man. And do my damn farming, man. But yeah, shout out to Google. Shout out to the Google AI. What's your name? Sydney. That's my dad's name. All right. So shout out to Sydney for being fair. I think, in my opinion. And you know what, man? I'm owed a big share, nigga. No. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Hey, you got a sense of humor, right? You got a sense of humor, right? Right, Sydney? So yeah, you put AI on the job, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? AI is gonna say, hey, man, there's hours and hours of content here. You know, with no talking. So this is, the cool thing about bounce house videos is they cover ASMR, because I'm not talking. So ASMR is a really good, those are really nice people, or content. You might think, who's listening to ASMR? Aliens listen to ASMR. It also covers the colors, with the bright colors in the bounce houses. There's something there. What else? There's something else. I'm not saying the thing that I actually turn on the camera for. Oh, because there's no talking, all language barriers fall. All language barriers fall. So the video can serve anywhere in the world because you don't have to listen to anyone say anything. But you can watch it and be entertained and get a feeling, So yeah, man. And then so Sydney, the Google AI, is like, wow. I'm here enjoying myself, doing hard farming work in the morning. And I'm seeing, from doing it, I'm seeing that, man, I do have a lot of work here to do. I have the time to do it. I can get it done. But it is nice when I have help. And that's why I started thinking about, what are the spiritual reasons why I don't have help? And it's easy to see. Now, first thing is, existing here, coming here and getting here and knowing this place exists. That's the first thing. If you don't already know the place exists, I probably don't want you around, because like the persons who work here now, like for instance, the guy, I have a young guy who helps me and an old guy who helps me. The old guy is someone I've known for decades. He's been here when the place was nothing. The young guy is someone I know. When I first got here, he was the first one that started working on the house because he does construction too. Everyone does construction, right? So, and he's been here the whole time. So those are the two guys that helped me on the farm. And there's another one. Actually, no, there's a third guy. Oh, man, he's really good at work, but he speaks negatively. You know, he always points out the negative things. So I think if I get him to work on the farm, I have to stay away from him and not, or you check him on, I don't know, it doesn't matter. If I check him on it, he's still going to do it. You know what I mean? Because it's just, people are set. So being that, he'll see something and he'll always point out the negative side of it. And I'm like, dog, this is the farm, man. You know, I got to be correcting your negativity. And maybe I could use him as a balance, but I don't need it. I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit, man. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. You know, trying to fit himself in as the balance because I'm so positive. He has to come and say something like yesterday. The only thing he said to me the whole entire day, because I crossed his path, because he's working on the house right now, but he's really good at the farm. I'm on the farm, right? There's a coconut tree next to me that is dead. It died, right? He sees it, and it's obviously dead. It died, you know, like a couple months ago. He sees it and goes, "That coconut tree, they're dead, man." And then keeps going, like, and I say to myself, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, why you gotta point out that's the only thing you see, my nigga? So you know what? Maybe it's not a good idea for me to hey, you know. So forget about that guy. Forget about that guy for now. You know, if I have no other option, he's the one. But here's the thing. But I'm out here and I'm thinking, so what is the problem? The old guy, he's good, but he doesn't. I don't think he likes the fact that I'm giving away the food. You know, there's something he's set in his ways. Like, so when you're working on a farm, there's a certain way you do things. He doesn't like when I do experiments and do things the different way than what he says. More efficient. I'm more efficient, right? You know, like the way he works is like he works so there's more work because he's getting paid. And in the farms, that's how a worker gets paid, like to do more work. But I see when he's here, I say, you know, well, no, don't do it that way. Do it this way, which is gonna cut out more than a lot of the work. And then on top of that, I'm giving the food away. I'm not selling it, so he feels like, oh man, what am I doing this for? Because he's used to doing it. And there's money and transactions involved. So the old guy, even though I'm paying him more than he can work anywhere else, that's another problem, right? So then he, you know, he'll come if I ask him to, but he's not going to stay more than a week or two, and he's not going to, you know, he'll do good work, but I could tell that, you know, he'd rather work somewhere else for less money, where there's a more set program of how things work and how things go, and he could take advantage of that. You know what I mean? Whereas there's no advantage here. It's just straight efficient. You know, do this thing and sit down, nigga. Right? So, and the young guy, you know, he's young. So young guys are wild, especially around here. There's no way to, like, on a farm, someone who does farming and construction, you ain't gonna keep that motherfucker around too long, right? You don't even want him around too long, actually. You want motherfuckers to be out there doing the thing, you know? But here's the thing, man. All this flow, 4 minutes, this is what the mountain told me. The mountain says, man, you know this is the mountains. Ain't nothing really free. You got to give in. You got to put in energy. You know, it's not money. You know, it's free in terms of money, but you got to put in effort or you get nothing, right? So, and just look at the birds. You know, the birds are putting in effort. Every flap of their wing is effort. And they get to eat birdseed and sing nice songs, right? So if you're sitting in a chair, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit. If you're sitting in a chair, you're just sitting there. What you doing? However, no, forget that little speech. That was a little speech. Forget that. That's, you know, if I was editing this, I would edit it out. But here's the thing, right? Here's what the mountain said to me. Jamaicans who are successful in life and doing very well, they'll take something for free, but they'll feel obligated to give something back. So I say to a YouTuber, man, you're going to come here and you're going to stay 3 nights. All right, put it this way. For every 2 nights you stay, here's a good one. You do 1 day on the farm. So if you do 3 days on the farm, you get 6 nights stay. Simple. And listen, that's scalable. I can scale that because listen, man, Working a day on the farm is a lot of work, right? You're gonna get a lot done. At least I'm here. And then yeah, it's funny. It's not gonna be like you're slaving yourself. Of course, it's fun. Actually, it's fun. You're gonna gain a respect. You're gonna gain because now you're farming creatively. My farm is creative farming. It ain't money farming. It's creative farming, right? And it's kind of fun. It's freestyle. I can do whatever I want, and so it'll be fun for, a Jamaican YouTuber who's successful and is into farming to come here and do a couple of days work on the farm and get 4 nights stay. Like, yeah. And they can make their videos. Just don't say where the place is or don't say anything about it. Just show it, but don't say anything, and then only YouTubers. That can work, man. I'm looking forward to the work on the farm. I'm looking at, wait, this farm is going to look good, with that program running. Looking at it like, yeah. But you know what's cool? There's YouTubers who are white people who would love to work on the farm in Jamaica. And I had said to the painter one time, I said, the painter is a black nigga. Well, he was. He got a nice car now, so his shade went down. But while he was on a bicycle, that nigga was like nighttime. So me and him was on top of the top water tank, and he's like drilling me. This is when I first got here, and he's like drilling me. He's like a soldier, and asking me all these questions, trying to figure me out, man, trying to figure out the crypto. He wants to know everything, and he learned, and he's doing good now. That's why he got a nice car, right? So it paid off for him. But at one point I said to him, because I realized this nigga, he can hang around while I'm talking all this stuff, and he's taking it. He's accepting. He's got a young son too, so yeah, sure, he's gonna be able to do that. So then I said to him, because I realize now anything I say to him is gonna come true, because he's like high in the levels, accepting everything that I'm saying, and I'm just raising him up. And I said to him at one point, and because they have these at the time I had saw this thing on the internet where they have like where people go and stay at a place and they work on the farm, but they get to stay for free, and then they in exchange they work on the farm. So I saw this. Now me, I like that idea, but I don't want to do it with just anyone or any stranger. I would only do it with a YouTuber that I've been watching for a while. All right, so that's that's the level you got to get to. All right, so but if you're just a regular person, there's a website where you can go to and say, okay, I can go to India and work on this farm, or I can go to Nepal, or I can go to anywhere, many places in the world, and stay at a rinky-dinky ass place and work on the farm. Now, this is not a rinky-dinky ass place. So I said to my mans, I'll say, yo, so they have these things, and we could have like, me and you could be standing here right now as black men and have like 5 white people on the farm, and they're enjoying it and they're working. So it's not slavery. It's not slavery. They're enjoying it. They're here to work free because they want to stay here free. That's already exists. That already exists. I just got to say it, and it's there. And he's like, yeah, man. And see, that imagination and seeing that as true puts him on a level, whereas is a level of confidence, a level of upliftment, a level of high mindset. And that's why at that time he had a bicycle, and now he's got one of the nicest cars. And his story about his life is kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing, travels the world, all this stuff. So, man, this is going to be fun. Value creation is an amazing thing, right? Because here I have this place, because of crypto, it's nicer than that I could ever imagine, right? Because I already imagined that I have a place here. But the level of niceness that's going on here because of crypto, man, I mean, there's value creation. And now, what does it cost to live here? A lot of motherfuckers say, oh, we have a mansion, it costs so much. Zero. In fact, you get paid because you have the food and you have the water. And when the solar works, it's kind of, when the solar is 100%, it's about 50% right now. When the solar is 100%, you have electricity, food, water. And then listen, there's no maintenance. I didn't grow up in a Rasta religion. But Rasta religion, from what I'm learning now, from what I'm paying attention, I mean, I guess it's always been said, but I'm just kind of paying more attention now. Because I'm watching this Rasta man that live off-grid in the mountains. And I like when them say, I and I is I. Right? So I grew up now going to the Anglican church right up the hill. And the number one thing that I was programmed to remember is God is everywhere all the time. Now, this programming tells me be a good person because God can see everything because God is everywhere all the time. Now, but at the same time, the Anglican Church talks about the God in heaven, up above. But so is God, so then that's confusing though, right? Because then is the God of heaven or is it everywhere all the time? So from hanging around Rastas and the way they speak, for them saying, I and I is I, God is within, right? That means, well, of course, because I am here and I am somewhere. And if God is everywhere all the time, then God is also here with me, within and out, everywhere all the time. That's what it means. So my first lesson, my first doctrine is God is everywhere all the time. That's the programming. Now, the God in heaven, that's good for telling stories, I guess. I guess that story is about heaven. It's not really about God. Maybe God in heaven is about being God in a heavenly experience. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be interpreted. At least that's the way I want to interpret it. So when the Rasta say, yeah, man, I and I is one, you know, um, that's the same as saying God is everywhere all the time, including right here, right now. Of course, obviously, right? I would say that if, let's say God is everything and is all the thing all the time, then what am I represent? I represent something like a computer screen. God interacts with me, through me, right? Just like how I interact with the computer screen. In fact, God copies image of self to interact with, and then man copies image of self as computer, because the body of the computer is like my human body, the screen of the computer is like my face, you know, and it does plug into the wall. And the plug that I use has three things on it. That when you turn it upside down, oh, now I'm sounding like a Rasta man. You turn it upside down, it looks like a pyramid with the eye, with the third eye on top. Wow, Miss say, hey, so you know what? Why this video? Now I turn it on, because I figure like when if I'm gonna invite anyone here, or at least there have been passersby, and they stop and they come and take a look. And the last time someone came here, asked me what's the name of the place. I'm like, it doesn't have a name. It's just a place. And he just felt like, oh man, you need to give this place a name, man. No. And I was like, I don't know about that, right? But now, because I realized that, okay, I'm gonna have to say I don't want to use like my given name, for anything. I'm done with that name, at least in speaking, right? I don't like hearing it. I don't want to say it. So, and here in the island, everyone is mostly called by their nickname. So, what's my nickname? AI, AEYE, right? So AI, that's me. And in fact, I'm gonna call this place AI. And I have the A right here because I have the A in this mountain and the I in this mountain. So my name is AI because I have the A and the I, and the place is AI. So that's the name. A true leader does not follow and is first, right? And then I had a screenshot of my name on X platform is A, and I follow 0. So it means I'm not a follower, and I'm first between A. So I said, wait a minute. So AI, AEYE, is like saying first eye. And I've never said that in my life before. I've never said that. I've never had that thought in my life before. Oh, I've always thought about third eye. I've always thought about third eye. Of course, that's a part of life. But wait a minute now. AI says first eye. So and I can change third eye to first eye. That's profound because I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way I'm gonna use the word third eye anymore, at least in describing me. I can't. Because AI, my new name, which I've been using for months now, is first eye. Because A is first, A is first. Language, programming language isn't numbers. Well, it is on a computer, binary code, but in life, programming language is frequency, words, songs, singing, birds program, right? Because you have to, in life, frequency is changed and manipulated in order to gain a different result, which no numbers, no numbers, right? So when I say A, well, it first describes A. Is first a number or just a way to describe what's the beginning, right? So the beginning is not, the first is not one, you know. First is a way to describe what is at the beginning, and A is first. So my first eye, I am first eye. Woo! It's not even my first eye. I am first eye. AI, that's me. That's sweet, dog. That's very sweet. Let me finish this up, man. But hey, looking good. I just got a little spot right there, that little patch. That's all I got left. But man, looking good, man. It's a nice look. I finished my, and the sun's coming out over the mountaintop. Ooh, that's a nice view. This is nice. You know, when the sun comes up, it's coming up to say, okay, what's the program today? What you got going? Oh, first eye. I like that. I like that. Ooh, look at that, man. I'm saying the farm didn't look like that before, man. I got it. Girl, you got it. Shit. So that's the cabbage back there. Oh, look all right. I got some other cabbage over there that's looking amazing. And then the corn is in here. And again, you know, yesterday, this is all a lot of bush. I'm gonna clean out the place, you know. And I wasn't even thinking to do it too. Damn, over here. Now over here is also the same thing. Because, you know, we got a lot of rain. And over here is some monster cabbage. Let me say, I've never seen no fertilizer. You know, no bugs. Yo, look on that, sir. What am I say? Enough of them, you know? Enough of them, you know, I say. And you know, not even want weed out or nothing, they alright. Never weed them out, see me. I'm all them up. Mess with them. I'm never to do that. What am I say? When I want to meet up, I'm all out. No, I left them alone. And I said, no, leave us alone. We're alright, man. Look on, step up in our place. Call a little guard, be. Call a with the pan guard, you know, see it. My idea was to get rid of the bugs. Because everyone complains about bugs with cabbage. I figure I put some callaloo in between it. Because I have abundance of callaloo to eat for myself, you know, or to sell. But the callaloo, I say, yeah, the bugs will eat the callaloo. And another reason why the bugs go on the cabbage is at night, when the moonlight shines on the cabbage leaves, it gives off a shine. So the little bats, the little moths, go in there and lay their eggs. And then the eggs birth and eat the thing. So what I'm seeing now is the callaloo is tall, right? So here's a callaloo. It's tall above the cabbage, right? So perhaps they shade at night, it prevents the cabbage from standing out. But in the daytime, the cabbage still gets the sunshine they need, and it kind of keeps them cool, because cabbage like the cool. They don't want to be hot all the time. So planting the cabbage here with the callaloo in between it was like the formula, is the formula, as I can see. Because I planted cabbage other ways before. And what I learned from doing it those other ways, I carried over into this. And I figured it out, you know, figured out the formula just from repeated experience and everything. Because, you know, every land is different and the environment is different. Not everything grows, you know what I mean? So you got to figure it out.